Is being labeled too idealistic as an INFP a badge of honor, or is it simply misguided judgment? Today's question: I'm often told I'm too idealistic. How can I stay true to my values without becoming too rigid in my thinking? What's up, legend? It's Sherman here from Geek Psychology, where I help INFPs to utilize their personality type for self-development, self-understanding. Being too idealistic is one of the qualities that many people know about INFPs. Whether that's always true or not, I don't know. But being idealistic, I don't think is a problem. I would rather be fantastical and curious about the world than being miserable. But I know that the more creative I am, the more curious, the more idealistic I am, the more energy I have to be myself, to impact the world, to create some sort of change, to interact with other people in the ways that I want to. And I also know that myself, and I'm sure you know this too, and this one actually took me a little while to accept, but I am a good person. So my goals, my actions, the things that I want to do are going to support other people. And if that's something that you struggle with, you might want to check yourself about that, because that was something I dealt with for a long time. So why are we too idealistic? Well, our personality type is not grounded in the sensory world. It's not grounded in objectives and logic. It's rational. It's based off, sound judgments and evaluations, but they are feeling based. How does this make me feel? Does this resonate with my identity, me as a person, my soul? And we are into the extroverted intuitive world of imagination, connecting the dots, possibilities, exploring. So you put that together and you get somebody who is too idealistic and not grounded, heads in the clouds, dreamers. But I guarantee the best stories in the world come from people who are imagining things that are different, that are idealistic, that are full of exploration of humanity and who people are and what we can become. I mean, I don't think I would want to read stories that are not that. So the challenge comes from the fact that 75% of the world is sensors, and so they see the intuitive world usually as strange and a little threatening. Of course, there are some that don't, who have worked on themselves, but just like us and our struggles with the sensory world and the tangible world, which is kind of scary, we want to be in the intuitive world. So that's fine. I mean, we can play our character class and they can play theirs. And if they have anything to say about it, then they can say it, but it doesn't mean we need to change. And so that brings us to our core values. If something is really important to you and somebody wants you to do something against it, you know that feeling. You know how awful it feels. And eventually we learn that we need to stand up, we need to voice our values and our opinions and our identity instead of doing the passive aggressive thing or kind of just drifting away or too aggressively fighting it. We find a balance. It does take time. And the most important thing, though, is that you know what your value is. Your values are as well. That was an interesting slip. If you haven't labeled your values and said, this thing is important to me, happiness, creativity, growth, family, if you haven't labeled it, it's really hard to access it quick enough to be able to talk about it, to be able to live by it, because it's just this amorphous feeling. So the more different dimensions that you can use to access your values is really helpful. So what color is it? What does it look like? Maybe what does it sound like? What does it feel like? What's it called? As in, what is the label? When was an experience in your life that really highlights that value as being important to you? Who would you be if that was not one of your values? All these questions are things that we don't ask ourselves enough. We explore around those, but really more pinpointed questions of like, what are my values? Instead of how does this make me feel? That's good, but we can utilize those better. And how can we utilize other people's feedback about us being too idealistic with flexibility and growth mindedness? Well, know that it's not an assessment on you as a person. It's likely what you are doing and how the other person is reacting to that. So it doesn't mean that you are bad. It doesn't mean that you are too idealistic. It's more you are doing idealistic things too often for the other person. Sometimes it can get us into trouble. Sometimes, like just the sensory world is not put together, or we forget to shower or brush our teeth or teeths. There are tons of different aspects that come with all of this, and it's all necessary to have it in balance. But do you? Who cares what other people think? As long as you are maintaining the level of life that you want with the people that you want around you, the environment, and you are emerging into the type of person that you want to be by gaining new skills related to what kind of skills that identity has. Like, again, if you want to be a pianist, then you need to play the piano a lot. And you need to surround yourself with piano music. Right? If you're not doing that, then you're not living into that identity. And that identity probably has some strong values attached to it, to you. A bunch of different questions and things to think about. But the more that you can surround yourself with the type of things that you want in your life, doing the type of things that will help you become the person who you want to be, the happier you will be, the better quality or connectiveness of the people around you will be. Does that make sense? The more like you the people around you will be, and the more on purpose and fulfilled you'll be in your life. So if somebody calls you too idealistic, maybe you need to find somebody who appreciates it, like me. Let me know down below in the comments what your thoughts about this topic are. And like, share, subscribe. Share this with somebody who you think it could help. Good luck, have fun. Peace.